Hi everyone, it's Angelina from Sparkling Diva with another reading for you, and this is about future love. Before I begin, I would like to remind everyone, if you're interested in connecting with your feminine energies, your feminine strength, so you can live from that and feel more balanced inside as a woman, feel stronger, more confident, and all these things. So you know, if that resonates with you, then I'm offering a free 5-day challenge completely online in a closed Facebook group. And well, to read more about it, what it entails, etc., what I'm offering, I'm going to ask you then, if you're interested in it, to go to my website and to check it out, and you can sign up there as well for this course. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to start Monday next, on the April 30th, for 5 days. So Monday through Friday. Then we're going to have the last fun exercise and things to do. You have to be ready and willing to, you know, to go deep here and there, and just also to work on yourself. You have to know that you are worthy of that investment, you know, to grow and work and develop as a woman. Anyhow, I'm going to start. I'm going to try show you the sets with the items I've got on it. I think there's quite a lot of glare, so I'm going to move the camera. This deck, this third deck, is I feel it's a bit naughty for whatever reason. It's got a mind of its own. You know, this shell keeps turning in the wrong direction, and then the marble rolls away, and it's kind of odd. I wonder if that comes up with the cards as well. There's quite a lot of cards, so I'm going to start 3 sets. I will lift the camera, so it's going to be a bit wobbly. I'm struggling with my graphics card on my computer, with my webcam and my camera. It's all difficult at the moment, but I'm working on getting new stuff in. Anyhow, for this is the 3 sets. There's this lotus-like holder, golden holder with a Lemurian ball sphere in it. Anyhow, the first set is a shell with a light blue pearl. Well, it's not real pearl, of course, it's marbles, but light blue. The one in the middle, the second, is a dark blue pearl, and the number 3 is also dark, well, sort of greenish, but it's got streaks in it. I will show it to you in a minute. The camera will not focus, I don't think, if I just lower it now. But yeah, make your choice, 1, 2, or 3, for what's to come for you concerning love. I'll show you that marble. See if you can see. It's got these streaks in it. Right. Alrighty, let's go to the first. If you haven't made a choice, please pause the video, because I'm going to start. I cannot pause this camera, so I have to move on before the battery runs out. The first card we have is Strength from the Earth Wisdom deck. And love yourself first. And I feel that with the Strength card, that you have been wounded, and you need to build. I'm just checking in the camera to see if you can see the cards. You have to build your inner strength again. You know, find courage, and so you dare put yourself out there again to find new love. So I think you still have to do that. You're not there yet. You're not completely ready yet. You're getting there. You're getting there, because this is a juniper bush, and he's holding his hand out with juniper berries. I always feel as if he is giving them back to the bush for some. I don't know why. And as if that's letting go of the things that he was still holding on to, but there's still a few berries in his hand, so he's not completely done with that yet. And let me see, because I think it is citrine, but I'm not certain. I'll have to look that up. because there's always a crystal in this deck. Each card has a crystal and a plant as well, right? Juniper is about eliminating self-destructive tendencies. It encourages prosperity and provides protection. In combination with the Love Yourself First card, yeah, I really think you still have to work on things that are holding you back, are dimming your light. Indeed, like maybe self-destructive tendencies, limiting beliefs, low self-esteem, not feeling worthy. I do think something happened if you chose this that really hurt you real bad, because he's like a warrior as well, with a shield and a sword, so he's been to battle, and well, it's not like he's really wounded, it just looks that way, but he's not completely there yet. He's not there yet. And it's Tiger's Eye, this shining part in the rock is Tiger's Eye. Promotes grounding, strength and protection as well, so there's a lot of protection about this card. To be truly strong, you must first master yourself. And if you want to protect yourself from dangerous situations, well, okay, we're not really talking a dangerous situation, I don't think, but being in an unhealthy relationship or being hurt in a relationship, you could relate to that as a dangerous situation when it comes to your self-esteem and confidence. You have to remove self-destructive tendencies. Yeah, and then develop your own prosperity and self-reliance. Once you have established your inner and outer strength, you will be able to serve others. Well, if you've got that, then you're also ready to go out and find new love again. So you still have some work to do. You're not there yet, and that will go on for a bit, right? Because this is a reading for your love in the future. But you first have to work still before you get there. You still have things to let go of, and once you've done that, you can go off this rock or of this place and just go down, and there's fertile land here next to that stream or river, and then you can start building, because it's a green pasture, right? It's then you can start rebuilding things that you want, anything you want. And then we go on. There is which deck is that? Chakra Insight Oracle. We have intelligence, education, knowledge, perception and flexibility. I'm going to look that up for you, because it's when I see that, I'm thinking about having to study or something, and it could mean that, but it's actually the message is far deeper than that. The greatest place of learning is in the school of your life. This is not really about the intelligence based on mental capacity, which is so important in Western culture. It's more about holistic and expansive experiences. True intelligence is an interweaving of linear and non-linear, tangible and energetic structure and creative flow within the mind, body, heart and spirit. So in one sense, intelligence might be activated by real studying, right? Books and lessons and teachers and all that stuff. But in a deeper sense, our true intelligence is an infinite essence that has been within us since well before our arrival at the Earth School. I like that, the Earth School. And it will remain with us long after. Accessing this part of ourselves is about taking time to uncover, remember and trust that which we already have within. Again, it's sort of like self-esteem, having wisdom and relying on that. This card encourages you to awaken a fuller experience of your own innate intelligence. It is time to integrate new concepts into your current frameworks, to analyze and question the new, but also to be willing to question your old concepts. be open-minded and flexible. Realize that your intelligence is not about surface understanding of facts and theory, but the embodiment of deep inner knowing in the way you live your life. And yeah, it goes on about accepting new ideas and not clinging to perceptions and how we have always seen things, because then you become stagnant in both your thoughts and in your experience. And by integrating new concepts into your framework of thoughts and letting go of your framework to see a higher way, we say yes to the essence of true intelligence rising up within us. So leave a space in your mind for the possible. Know that there are many ways to learn and grow. By staying open to new knowledge, you will see clearly the path that is calling. So yeah, I feel this is about a part also about inner strength, because if you lack this inner strength, you also don't really dare rely on your own inner wisdom, your own inner knowing, and then you may rely on outside sources like teachers and books and lessons and what people tell you and what is good for you. But it's important you love yourself and get that inner strength so you can start relying on your own wisdom. You know best what's good for you, and if you can do that, then you can also open up to new ideas and maybe new ways of going about things, and then new stuff can come into your life. But you need that inner strength for that. And if you do that, what will you then get? If you do all this work, then you will get in the end about flirts, meaning you, camera's wobbling, then you will get more light-hearted. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. You will get more light-hearted. You will become easygoing and happier, and you will exude that nice energy. And then it will be far easier to attract love into your life as well. But you will just be having fun then. You know, it's all far easier and more fun, pleasurable. And this is not just about flirting with the other gender. It's about having fun with everyone. You know, like an old lady or a child, and make eye contact, smile, be happy, interact with these people, with everyone. And if you can do that with everyone, you can also do it with a possible new partner or a date, because then you are that person. You know, many of us just stick to flirting and being playful and light-hearted when we want to meet a partner. But if you are like that all the time, it's just far easier. Then you become a happier person. And this also, just as a last card, what you will get if you do all that work. Well, then, you know, you get that flirt, playful energy, light-hearted energy, and divine protection, which is beautiful. This is Angelica. It's also about, again, protection. So it might be important for you to keep shielding yourself. Maybe you have a very high energy, and maybe you still have a tendency to be drawn to the wrong people for you. So just keep protecting yourself. Be aware. Be aware of what's out there. So you only draw in the light, but it's also knowing that you are protected. And this, let me see, the crystal, Angelite, I think it was, Angelite, I'm never sure how to pronounce these names in English. Number 12. Oh no, sorry, it's not Angelite. That's blue, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. Andalusite. I'm not sure. I really haven't a clue how to pronounce that in English. Sometimes called fairy stones, and that goes with this card. And the plant here is Angelica. I thought it was yarrow, but it's not. It's Angelica. It's also about enhancing divine protection. So if you feel drawn to that, you might want to get a crystal like that. I hope that resonated with you, and you know, it's very positive. It might not, you may not feel that way because I'm not going, there's no card of a wedding coming up or whatever, you know. But you're going to be far happier. You're going to be far more stable in yourself. And if indeed this is correct, that you have been wounded I think quite badly so, then you also know that you're not ready yet. You may want to be ready, but you just aren't. You know, it takes time. These things take time. You can't force yourself to be ready. It's a process. So, you know, allow yourself that time. Love yourself, learn to love yourself again, and knowing that you're lovable and worthy, and, you know, the whole thing. So I hope that resonated. I'm going to quickly move on to number 2, because I think I'm spending too much time on, I don't mind, but I do have to keep an eye on the time, so the camera doesn't just all of a sudden shut down on us. Number 2, the ones who chose, the dark blue marble. What we have for you in the future, near love. Well, isn't that wonderful? We have relief, and we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I will quickly look at the relief card. I always love that. It always feels to me like coming home, because, well, I've got this pagan thing anyway. You know, I'm a pagan. I'm very drawn to paganism. That's what I got this deck in as well, with all the Celtic stuff. I love that. And yeah, England, Scotland, that's where I've had many past lives. I think I'm very drawn to that, and the castle, and it's her dress. It's just like, wow, home. You know, coming home. It's lemon balm is the plant that comes with this. She's holding as well, and rondonite. I'm not sure. Adds in restoration and recovery. You've been carrying a heavy load for too long now. The overwhelming sense of responsibility has grown all out of proportion to the reality of the situation. Relief is at hand. All you have to do is reach out and grasp it. But in order to do that, you must release what you are clutching. Let it go. You don't need to carry it anymore. Well, that's what relief is about, isn't it? But I think you're doing that. You're doing that, or you're very close to doing that. And also the R1, this is the symbol on her forehead, the 3 lines with the dots above him, is R1. It's a Celtic symbol. I'm not certain if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably should ask a Welsh person, but anyhow, it's very similar to yin and yang symbol. It's inspiration, essence, and the balance of the masculine, feminine energies, and it really is very similar. It's almost like the Celtic yin-yang symbol. So she's got that on her forehead. I think she's got it really well worked out, most of it anyway. Because of her dress, you know, she's not wearing rags. She's wearing a really nice, rich, wonderful dress. And, well, engagement. So there's something coming up. Whether even if you're single, you know, then maybe you are going to meet someone and get an engagement. But if you're single and that's not the case just yet, in the near future, then you will likely meet someone, because then from single to meeting someone with whom you have a real click is also I'm spitting, I'm so sorry. It is also then a higher level of in your love life, right? Moving from a single status into well, meeting someone and dating someone that you really like. So let's see which Chakra Insights Oracle card you have. Well, this is all really so positive. This is all really wonderful. Emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, fluidity. So things are really going to work out for you if you chose this. Yeah, you can see the cards. Then things really are going to work out. There's this beautiful rainbow coming out of that. You know, it's wonderful. Everything's there. Everything's indeed in balance. You're going to feel good. Yeah, whatever happened to you, because that did speak of letting go, and it's gonna go. It's really gonna go completely, and you're gonna have this emotional balance and serious improvement of your love life, possibly even a real engagement, and if not, then at least you're gonna, well, according to the cards, have a real improvement. So likely meet someone that you really click with, like I already said. And then what the outcome is going to be, if you do that work, well, there isn't, you know, it's just moving on and letting go, and moving on and enjoying the romantic feelings. Again, I see this as an confirmation that you will indeed meet someone, because this speaks of meeting someone and that have both having romantic feelings. So it's looking really good. Then we have Divine Light 27, Stonehenge. Let me see, Stonehenge. St. John's Wort alleviates depression, soothes shock and trauma, and elevates the moods. And we have Sunstone. I think these are supposed to be the sunstones, these sparkling thingies there. Not entirely sure. And oh, there as well, sunstone. I like sunstone. Contains the cleansing, healing power of the sun, and shares it with those who ask. Light and nourishing, divine and nourishing your own. I don't feel like that there is. I need to read this message really. It's if you still need a bit more, if you feel that you need more, you know, work on your confidence and whatever, you can get a sunstone. It's a solar plexus chakra stone, and but I think you're going to be fine. There's a woman in here, and she's going to walk into that henge and into the divine light. I think, yeah, it's just wonderful. You're going to leave whatever this was that you had to let go of. You really are going to completely leave that behind and step into the light of something new. You're really going to leave it behind. It's like this henge, when you're in there, you know, you are in a completely new situation, and you've left everything behind that was maybe here in the now, or at first still sort of bothering you a little bit. So this is really wonderful. It's looking up, really looking up for you. I hope that resonates and makes you happy. And then I'm going to move on to the numbers. Oops, there we go again. This one is really, it's just a rascal. It's just moving, rolling everywhere. Numbers 3, right. Let's do it. Let's get going. Your first card. We have self-acceptance and religious factors. Self-acceptance, yeah, speaks for itself. So I think you also still have some work to do. I think you are not really in a very traumatized place anymore, so to speak. I do feel you're on the mend. That's it. You're recovering from something, and if not, then there is still an issue with self-acceptance. Otherwise, this card wouldn't have come up. But it's not. I felt like with the first set number 1, they had that card, strength, and I felt they was more still stuck in a situation that was really at this moment still quite painful. I think you are just one or more steps further along in the process of healing from whatever, of coming into a place of self-love and that. This is witch hazel, the plant, harmonizes opposites and encourages the acceptance of individuality. So, and goldstone helps with attaining goals and recognizes your values, one's values. And then we have the double spiral, is also about balance. That's in here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's drawn on the side of these stones. The double spiral, Celtic symbol. this is not necessarily about religion. This is also about norms and values and your opinions, your views, and yeah, and because this one speaks of harmonizing opposites and encouraging the acceptance of individuality. I wonder if that is an issue, or has been an issue. What I mean is that maybe you were maybe you have been in relationships with people that were not really matching all that well, who held different beliefs and norms and values, views, opinions from you, or maybe you have a problem accepting other people's views. There's something going on there. I'm not quite sure what, but there is something going on in that area. Yeah, as if you're not. Maybe you get swayed too easily, but I feel not so much. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more like a problem accepting when people have a different view, opening up yourself for that. Maybe you feel rejected when that happens. Because that is possible, right? If you have, sometimes we hold on to views and beliefs and opinions because we lack inner strength a bit, and then when you lack inner strength, it's also difficult to open up to other people's views, and we feel like we feel attacked. And when you are more in a place of love and inner strength and confidence, inner confidence, then you can just accept other people's views and opinions without feeling that you have to defend yourself, or without feeling attacked, or because you're just confident. I think something like that has been an issue for you in relationships, and maybe you have been in relationships where that was an issue with someone else. Maybe they were attacking you or knocking your views, and now you have to find your balance in that again. Maybe you don't know anymore what you know, who you are in that sense, because you've been, like when you're with a narcissist, in a relationship with a narcissist. I'm not saying everyone has been with a narcissist, but it's just an example. They knock all your views and everything you believe in and everything you stand for, and in the end, if you've been with them long enough, you haven't even a clue anymore who you really are, because you've been knocked and so much, and then you almost have to rediscover your own norms and values and beliefs and what you stand for, because you just don't know anymore. Maybe something like that, not, it doesn't have to be as drastic as that, of course, but yeah. And then also we have the Chakra card. This is also, it's quite clear, right? It's not emotions, feelings, expression, moods, balance is all over the place. Just not knowing what to think, where to stand. But it's just like, just looking at that card, I get stressed out. Actually, I feel myself going off my grounding almost. It's the message with this, just a brief. I'm gonna keep it brief. Is become aware of the vast range of emotions within you. Acknowledge your true feelings and express the energy of your heart. Yeah. So, and it's natural and normal to feel. We all feel different emotions at different times in our lives. And when balanced, we are able to feel and express a full range of emotions and harness that energy in productive ways. It's time to take steps to achieve emotional balance by truthfully acknowledging how you feel and allowing yourself the time and space to experience and express your emotions. You may need to write what you are feeling in your journal, scream out loud, punch a pillow, go for a walk, a run, or talk to a friend. If you've held back your emotions for a long time, you may need to watch a movie to allow yourself to cry, to get angry, to laugh out loud, and to basically just feel again. Take responsibility for your emotions and do not blame someone else for making you feel a certain way. The feeling you have is your own, and it's based on whatever your point of focus is in this moment. Acknowledge it, feel it, and work through it. Look at what is behind the emotion. So, yeah, maybe your diet, maybe that affected your mood. Are your hormones imbalanced? Are you stressed out? Are you angry with someone or unhappy with something inside of yourself? Notice your emotional undercurrents and give them a pathway to be shared and released. Honest emotional expression can make us feel vulnerable at times, but within this vulnerability there is great strength, and that is really true. And we fear that. We are scared of that vulnerability. But that's also what makes us beautiful, attractive, and it's also indeed strength. Because it takes strength to be vulnerable. Yeah. Moving beyond the mind, we enter the powerful wellspring of the heart, where miraculous transformation, growth and learning are waiting to occur. Feel and express your emotions today. I don't like reading from the book, and especially not almost the entire message, but somehow I feel that was necessary for you. Maybe that's why this group had this swirly marble, all these swirls. This is almost like this as well, right? It's movement and moving all over the place. That's why it kept moving out, and it's just a rascal. It doesn't want to sit in that shell. I'm getting carried away here, I'm sorry. But I do feel that this really ties in with these other two cards. So just what I just read out, the message from this card, I do suggest you do that. Sit with your emotions, allow them to be there, and investigate what's underneath them, where are they coming from, and maybe indeed do some journaling, or maybe get angry, maybe scream. Anyhow, if you do that work, what will you get? Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Well, maybe you need to do that in order to get this to a more emotionally balanced place, and also to come to self-acceptance at some point. To come to this self-acceptance and to find your own inner, your own views and beliefs and opinions, to know what they are again. Because I feel that is a problem. I feel that really is a problem. And healing grief is there will be balance, and most of that is done. So there still really is work to be done. But you have come quite a long way. It is not over yet. It's going to go on for a bit longer, but it's winter, and after winter, spring is going to come. That's why I'm saying that much has already been done, because you've been through fall, and after fall there's winter, and then after winter, when the snow melts and goes, then all these lovely new leaves come up, and flowers, and the birds start to sing, and that will come. It's just you've come quite a long way, and you're doing quite well, but you still have to heal. There's still stuff to heal, but you're getting more balanced, because there we have the double spiral on her forehead, which is about balanced, and you're going to get an awful lot of wisdom out of this process. A lot of wisdom. You're going to come out a lot stronger. Whatever happened, you're going to come out an awful lot stronger. I'll quickly see what the crystal is and the flowers with this card. And then we're done. Lepidolite, I'm not certain how to pronounce it. It's useful for balancing the emotions. It's what's in her staff. And spiderwort, also called widow's tears, heals grief and sadness, and it is helpful to the overly sensitive. So maybe you are indeed also really quite sensitive. I'm seriously wondering how many of you who chose this number 3 have indeed been with a narcissist, because narcissists do tend to attract women who are sensitive, who are vulnerable. And in a way, if you, let me see, yeah, I still have time. If you indeed have been with a narcissist, then it's hell. It's difficult. It's also to recover from that, but it is possible. It really is possible. I know, because I've done it. It's not easy, but it is possible. But also realize that you attract something into your life for a reason, including a narcissist. And if you have been with a narcissist and you left them, you got out, you will get a lot stronger. You have to seriously not stay in blame and guilt and all that stuff, you know, looking at that person, what they did to you, and what an a-hole they are, arsehole they are, and etc, etc, because that's not going to help you. You have to look at what you learned from that relationship, because I do feel, I've been thinking about that at some point after I had left my ex-narcissist. You know, everything is in divine order, so the fact that there are so many narcissists these days is also in divine order, so there has to be a reason. And then it just dawned on me that it's very vulnerable women, sensitive women, and women, they bring you a lesson. And it's a very harsh way to be given a lesson, but oftentimes, and you have to be really, really honest with yourself now, if you have indeed been with a narcissist, oftentimes you've had that lesson many times before, in far easier ways. Not as difficult as being with a narcissist, but you ignored it, you didn't learn it, you didn't pick it up. And I think that your soul really wants you to learn that lesson, and you just bloody refuse to do it each and every time the universe brought it to you in a nice, gentle, soft way. You just didn't do it. So then what happens if your soul really needs to learn that, wants to learn that, so you can fulfill your purpose this lifetime? Well, then it's gonna present it to you in a not so pleasant way, and there's your narcissist. And I think that's what narcissists do. So in that sense, they actually are teachers, and not, you know, it's always the unpleasant teachers that bring the greatest wisdom and the greatest lessons. We learn the greatest lessons through pain and hardship most of the time, unfortunately, usually because we ourselves are too stupid to learn. Oh, that sounds judgmental. I don't mean it that way, please forgive me, but if we'd only learned the lessons when they were offered in a nicer way, we wouldn't have had to be with a narcissist, you know. So in a way, you should almost be grateful for the experience, because you have learned from it. You've got much stronger because of it. And yeah, that might sound stupid, and you may not want to accept it if you're still in pain, if you indeed have been with a narcissist. But yeah, just think about it, you know, if everything is in divine order, and I do believe it is, then these people have a purpose. Then they're not evil, you know. They may not be nice, but I did learn really wonderful things from my ex. Things that I could not have learned, well, I could have, but I may not have learned if it wasn't for him. He did add to my life. And yes, it was hell on earth, but boy did I get stronger because of that. I did. And yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I feel many of you who chose this number 3 are or have been with a narcissist, and maybe it will help you. Maybe it will help you to hear a different perspective on such a situation, because I've never read about this online, what I just told you, except for on my own blog, where I have actually told this story. You know, and yeah, be proud of yourself that you got out. Know that you have strength, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten out, and you can recover. You really can recover from it. And you have learned an important lesson from this narcissist. And yeah, it will take time to heal from it, for sure. Because yeah, well, if you've been with one, you know how bloody unpleasant it is. You know, it does take time, but it is possible. It is possible. So, well, sorry to be so lengthy. It's just what came up, and let your friends help you, and it will come. You know, you will recover. It will come, and I hope it resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon with another reading. And bye.